Okay, so welcome back for another deep dive.
Always exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This time, we're going to be looking at something a little different.
Mm-hmm.
We have this real estate conversation that we're going to look at.
Okay.
And what makes it a little unusual is that it's from a German-speaking country.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so we're going to kind of be looking at the content of this conversation between a real estate agent and a client.
Right.
But we're also going to try to sort of tease out what this might tell us about, how real estate works in a different part of the world.
Yeah, how cultural differences kind of creep into something like buying a home.
Exactly. Yeah. So jumping right in, we meet Dana,
Okay.
our client, and she is looking for a two-bedroom apartment
Okay.
for herself and her husband.
Got it.
And they're working with an agent. And right away I noticed
Yeah.
that it's a very casual conversation. Like it almost feels like they're old friends,
Okay.
just chatting.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, talking about this huge financial decision.
Yeah, sometimes these big transactions can feel very formal.
Yes, exactly.
Lots of paperwork,
Yeah.
lots of, regulations and such.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's interesting to see that right away. But Dana knows what she wants.
Okay.
She specifically says that she wants something near Unirii Platz.
And that's significant because,
Yeah. Why is that?
well, Unirii Platz, it's like the Times Square
Wow.
of this city. It's a central hub.
Okay.
It's where everything is.
Got it.
Shops, cafes, restaurants,
Right.
you name it.
So she's looking for prime real estate, basically.
Exactly. Prime real estate.
Okay.
Very central, very convenient.
Yeah. And there's actually another layer to this location thing.
Oh, okay.
She mentions that she wants to be close to her parents.
Ah, interesting.
So family ties.
Family ties, yeah.
Yeah. And, that's something that we see in a lot of cultures
Sure.
where multi-generational living is very common,
Okay.
or at least living very close to family,
Yeah.
because it provides that support system.
Yeah. Built-in childcare, elder care.
I mean, it makes you think, right? Like
Yeah.
maybe, in some cultures, there is this overemphasis on, moving out,
Right.
getting your own place.
Independence.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see how different cultures prioritize different things.
Right. And there's no right or wrong answer. It's just
Exactly. It's just different ways of life.
different values.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So it's interesting that she mentions that she wants to be near her parents.
It is. Yeah.
She also talks a little bit about the building itself.
Okay.
She says she doesn't want it to be too old,
Okay.
but she also doesn't want it to be brand new.
So not too hot, not too cold.
Yeah, like Goldilocks, right?
Right in the middle?
Yeah.
What do you make of that?
Well, it seems like she wants something that's modern,
Okay.
but also established, move-in ready without having to deal with, the problems of a really old building
Yeah. Makes sense.
or the potential issues that can come up in a brand new building.
Right, right. Okay, so let's get to the actual apartment. Okay.
It's 2 bedrooms, a living room, kitchen, all the essentials,
Nice.
and it's 80 square meters.
80 square meters.
Yeah, which for our listeners in the U.S., that's over 860 square feet.
Oh, wow. That's pretty spacious.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good size for a couple.
yeah, not bad at all.
Yeah.
And the price?
Yeah, the price is interesting,
Yeah, she says it's 100,000 euros.
which is
Like-
negotiable.
Negotiable.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's roughly like 108,000 US dollars.
At the current exchange rate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's to a
for
point.
that location and that size,
Yeah.
it almost seems too good to be true.
It does make you wonder.
Like, is there something we're missing here? Are there hidden costs?
Right. Are there property taxes that are really high?
Yeah, or like, issues with the building that they're not mentioning.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Or maybe the neighborhood has some downsides that we don't know about.
Yeah, yeah.
It's definitely a question worth asking.
Yeah, but what's even more interesting is Dana's reaction to the price.
Okay.
She basically says, I'll take it.
Wow, just like that. Yeah. No hesitation.
No haggling.
No haggling.
No asking for a lower price.
No, it's like she found the perfect pair of shoes on sale.
Yeah. I mean, most people would want to sleep on a decision like this.
Right?
Compare mortgage rates.
Think about it.
Talk to their financial advisor.
Yeah.
But she's ready to go.
She's ready to go. And this is where I think we see another cultural difference, maybe.
Yeah.
In some cultures, there's this emphasis on moving quickly,
Okay.
seizing the opportunity when it arises.
Right. Trusting your gut.
Yeah,
Overthinking things.
exactly. And then she drops another bombshell.
Okay, what's that?
She wants to pay in cash.
Whoa.
Yeah.
All cash.
All cash.
That's pretty unusual these days.
Yeah. I mean, in many places, financing a home through a mortgage is like the standard.
It's the norm, yeah.
Yeah.
So for her to say that she wants to pay all cash, that suggests A couple of things.
Like what?
Well, it could be a cultural aversion to debt. In some cultures, carrying debt is seen as a negative thing.
Okay.
So people try to avoid it at all costs.
Interesting.
Or it could just be that, she and her husband are in a very strong financial position.
Yeah, they've got the cash on hand.
Exactly. And they're ready to just buy this apartment outright.
Yeah, it's a power move for sure.
It is.
And the agent doesn't even flinch.
Right.
He's like, okay, no problem. Let's get the paperwork ready.
Yeah, he's very accommodating.
Yeah, and he arranges for them to sign the contract that very evening.
Wow. So the whole thing could be done in a matter of hours.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing.
It is. It makes you wonder about the role of the real estate agent in this whole process.
Yeah. What do you think their role is?
Well, it seems like they're more of a facilitator,
Okay.
connecting the buyer and the seller,
Right.
making sure the paperwork is in order,
Right.
but not necessarily doing a lot of negotiating or back and forth.
Yeah, that's very different from what we often see,
Right.
where the agent is much more involved in haggling over the price and,
Yeah,
really advocating for their client.
exactly.
So if we had to kind of sum this up,
Okay.
what are the biggest takeaways here?
Well, I think the speed of the transaction is definitely a standout.
Yeah.
Dana's immediate decision to buy, the preference for cash payment, those are things that you don't always see.
Yeah, it really gives you a different perspective on how real estate can work
It does.
in different parts of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess the question for our listeners is,
Yeah.
would you feel comfortable making such a big decision so quickly?
Right.
What factors would influence your decision?
I mean, would you be okay with paying all cash?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you even have that much cash on hand?
Right.
Yeah, something to think about.
Definitely.
So let us know your thoughts.
Yeah. Share your reactions online using #TheDeepDive.
Yeah, let's keep this conversation going.
Absolutely.
And we'll be back soon with another deep dive.
See you then. Okay, bye.
Bye.